I'm Beth Richan, as I mentioned earlier, Director and Coordinator of the Health Studies and Health Sciences programs here at the Castle. And I lecture as well in both programs. Health Studies is a relatively new area over the last 20 or 30 years, where we look at causes of health outcomes and the impacts that those have on us as individuals and within our populations, whether that's a community, regional or national or global health outcomes such as our current pandemic. And in the health studies area, there are two courses that you can take in the fall. We look at social determinants of health. So what are the things? What are the factors that impact our health, whether that's politics, economics, our genetics, our gender, our culture, our religion, our background, and all of those things and how they impact the health of individuals in our communities. In the winter term, then we turn to looking at our own personal health and wellness, and we look at what are the factors that make us healthy as individuals. So those are the health studies programs, courses that we teach at the Castle. We also offer a new program, the Bachelor Health Sciences program, that is quite new to Queen's as well. It's only been part of the Queen's program for about 4 years. And this is for students that want to direct their learning more specifically at a health profession, not just as a physician, but that's part of it, but you might be wanting to be a veterinarian. You might want to go into health policy or health research. Perhaps you're a dancer and you want to be a physiotherapist or an occupational therapist. So this is a 4-year degree program that will situate you perfectly to have a career as a health professional. It's a little bit different than some of our other programs at the Castle, because when you come, you will take 6 core courses, including anatomy, pharmacology, physiology, health statistics, and so on. 3 of those will be in the fall and 3 will be in the winter term. Then you'll have the opportunity to take an optional course in each term, and that might be biology or psychology or another number of other courses. And then you've got a choice to take a couple of electives as well. Many students decide to take physics or chemistry because they really want to solidify their science background, where some will say, I'm taking a lot of science classes already. I want to take art history, or I want to take music, or I want to do something completely different to sort of expand my horizons a little bit. So you will take your first year of your Bachelor Health Sciences degree program here, and then you'll have automatic entry into the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th year back on main campus when you return there for 2nd year. Something that we really are excited about in this program is that each one of the courses is what we call a flipped classroom, where your readings and some activities are presented to you ahead of time. So you will come to class prepared to have discussions, prepared to be critical thinkers, to be prepared to be problem solvers. And after you've taken that material, examined it, thought about it, reflected on it, then you'll be doing different activities each week in the classroom that will solidify those concepts and those theories. So it's all active-based, problem-based learning, and you won't have your professor standing at the front of your room providing lectures that you sit and you listen and you take notes. So that's a little bit different than maybe a traditional university system. As many others have talked about, we also have experiential learning opportunities. We go out into the local community and further afield. Last term, we went into a local market town called Lewis, where we used our cameras and looked at health outcomes using photography, and what could we examine by looking at the community through a lens, and how are we going to present that? We also are really excited that, like many of our programs and courses, we're very interdisciplinary. And one ELO that we did last term, we went out with our head gardener guy, Lucas, and we looked at a lot of different plants and herbs that we have on our site, and how did they factor into the evolution of our pharmaceuticals? and how those herbs were brewed and so on. And then at the end of term, Dr. Claire Kennan, who you heard from a few minutes ago, came on board, and we went into the Elizabethan room where we mixed potions and lotions and so on to see how herbs and plants were the forebears of the pharmaceuticals that we have today. Coming up this winter term, we're going to be going to the University of Edinburgh, and we're going to be having some researchers there talk to us on bone anatomy. We're going to be doing dissection of animal hearts here in our own labs, and we're going to be going to the University of Sussex to continue our journey to learn about how pharmaceuticals have been developed and fit into our society today. All in all, I think we have about 6 different professors that some from the UK, some from Queen's, that come over to make sure that you have a high standard of learning in the Bachelor Health Sciences program. So I think that's all I'll say today. Oh, there is one other thing I want to mention, actually. Next year, we're also going to be having a fall term of upper year Bachelor Health Sciences program. And so all of our first years will have a mentor, one of the upper year mentors that has already gone through first and second year at Queen's, and you'll be partnered with them so that you can learn from them, ask them questions, maybe study with them and get some tips on how to succeed from a student perspective. So I think I'll leave it there for today. I'm really excited about welcoming you to the castle next fall, and as well as your academics. I know that the personal growth that you acquire while you're at the castle in England is next to none, and you'll leave here becoming a true global citizen. So I look forward to welcoming you and working with you next year.